Hey everyone, Justin here. In the last Vertex Animation Studio tutorial, I showed you how you can set up some basic animation logic using animation lists, where you can place sequences of animations. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can set up a very basic kind of logic using a different kind of animation system called an animation state tree, where once we overlap this box, we're going to get our vertex animation over here to wave at us. So it'll feel like an NPC in a game where you get close and they're like, hey, come over here. Um, and then he'll go back to his idle after we leave the box. Um, and once we enter, he'll play the wave again. So to set this up, I'm going to go ahead and just delete what we've got here and start again so I can show you. So we're going to create a new blueprint class, and it's going to be an actor, and I'm going to call this BP NPC. In this blueprint, I'm going to add our vertex animesh component, and I'm going to set the collection to our mannequin, and that is it. If I place one of these in the level, I can position it, and we could, in the past, we went over the single animation mode, where we could just play a single animation. This one, I'm going to show you the animation state tree, where we can basically play the closest to an animation blueprint as we can get in this plugin. So we need a state tree to put in here. So I'm going to create a new artificial intelligence state tree. And while this is under the artificial intelligence banner, we can actually use this system very efficiently to play lots of different animations with lots of different animation logic. So while this is only going to be running on one NPC, we could technically run this on thousands and still get the same kind of performance. So once you create one of these, it'll ask which schema that you want to use. We're just going to use the VA state tree schema so that it is compatible with Vertex Animation. And we're just going to call this state tree NPC. Okay, let's put this in here and then we'll open it up. And the first thing we want to do is under the asset details, we want to say which collection we're going to be using. This will make it so that all of the animations that we select are all context sensitive to this mannequin. And then we can start adding our states. So we're going to have an idle state. We're also going to have a wave state. In our idle state, we can add a new task. So if we go under tasks, press the plus button, you can see that we have all these different options. We can play vertex animation, we can play one from a pool, and we can set some parameter stuff. The one that we're going to be using is play vertex animation. And in here, these parameters should look very familiar. We're going to set it to idle to start with. And we're going to loop it as well. So he'll stand there idle looping, and if we compile, we should see this. We should see this in real time. You can see that he is indeed idling. And we can make him have a wave animation as well. So we'll add our animation to our wave. Very good. Now, if you wanted to just loop between the idle and the wave using state tree, you can 100% do that. We just need to turn off the loop so that it has a finish. It will finish this event. It won't play forever. And we can add a transition. And we can say when this state is completed, we'll go to the wave. And now, once he's finished his idle animation, which might take a little while, let's go into the... I've left some code in, give me a sec. There we go. Once we go into the level, let's just use our slomo command. And we can see that he will wave, and then he'll go back to idling, and then he'll wave, and it'll go back to idle. So we can loop through animations like this, or what we can do, if we want this idle to loop indefinitely and then only trigger it when we hit this box, we can change the transition to an event. In this event, it'll ask which tag that we want to use. I'm just going to use the mannequin wave tag that I created earlier, and that should be it. To trigger this event, in our level blueprint, this is the code that I just had set up and deleted. I'll click on our trigger box here, and I'll do a overlap event. On actor begin overlap, we'll see if the other thing that collided with it is our character. And if it is, we're going to get our NPC here, get a reference to him, and we'll get VA mesh off of him, which is his mesh component, Vertex Animation mesh component. And all we need to do is called broadcast anim event. And in this one, we can make literal gameplay tag, and then we can pass in the tag that we want. In this case, mannequin wave. Now, when the player comes in, it'll call this event, and it'll trigger this broadcast anim event on this mesh. If we hit play now, we'll see that he stands there, he idles. If we change to slomo 5, we'll see that he's just looping that idle. He's not actually waving anymore. But when we trigger this box, he will now wave at us. So using this, you can have a lot of control over kind of the animations that you want to play. We have some examples in our plugin under, where is it? I think it's Soccer Player, under our demo map blueprints. We have all of these soccer fan state trees if you want to see some more complex ones, and some more examples of stuff that you can do. This will also be documented under our documentation. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.